Good morning. This is Mia, your mystic therapist, and I am here to make a video for all of my people in this world who have a very abnormal way of existing in the world and feel alone. So, I'm going to start with my own journey and then just let the conversation flow, right? So when I was 21 years old, I had what one would call a spiritual awakening, right? I discovered that I had these gifts that could feel how people were truly feeling, even if they were trying to hide it. I had dreams that would come true the next day, or dreams that would give me information on things that I was curious about. And over time, it just continued to enhance and enhance and enhance, right? So that resulted in me being a part of this community called City Year, and noticing that when I was in crowds that I would often feel overwhelmed with emotional energy, and I would be around people and would feel their heartache even though they were smiling. And when I would just walk up to them and be like, "Are you okay?" And they would just start crying, right? And this happened a lot, right? And so I ended up going to therapy because I'm just like, okay, what is going on with me, honey? And so I kept going to this beautiful therapist in Philadelphia. And this was just this older woman who just looked at me fascinatingly. And I would be like, why is she staring at me like this? And she'd be like, Mia, I think you're psychic. If you don't get control over it, it's going to keep taking control over you. And I was just like, what? Because I grew up in Philadelphia I have 6 brothers and 3 sisters, but I grew up in a home with, me and my 3 brothers, and my family are not, my dad is Muslim and my mom's Jehovah's Witness. And, there was religion, even though I've always gravitated towards the earth. I've always gravitated towards collecting rocks, wanting to go into the forest, being on the beach, stuff like that. So after 6 sessions, when she told me the same sentence over and over again, I just was like, you know what? She's right. So then I started to study, and then I started to realize that I needed to learn who I am and what I am, right? And that led me to discover the fact that I'm an empath, right? So once I discovered that, I was able to start to treat myself as such and learn different protection modalities and things like that, and learn about the gifts of an empath and also the challenges and stuff like that. And, it was just a journey. And as I've gotten older over the last 9 to 8 years, I have been discovering more and more and more gifts. Not only have I been able to astral travel in my meditations, I've also been able to go into past lives to see who I have been in multiple lifetimes, And so, I'm aware of my soul. I'm aware of the fact that who you are watching right now, my name is Mia, and I'm in this, physical vessel, this beautiful physical vessel. But this is just my soul's destination in this lifetime. I know that I existed in very ancient times. My soul is very ancient. And something that has always been true for my soul is I've always had psychic gifts. And as I get older, they get more and more intense. There will just be random. There's not random because it's all cosmic. The cosmic community, the astrological community knows about what's going on in the planets because, as you guys know, as above and so below. So, I have the knowledge and wisdom as to when it's happening, but it's just like, okay, why do I know what you're thinking now? And now I'm in a space where when I do tarot readings for certain clients, some of their ancestors will come through, and I'll be able to communicate with their ancestors and see their ancestors in my third eye as I'm talking to them. So it's just, this gift that I have is very unique. There's not many people on this planet that I know who is like this, you know, except for some people who already have like a psychic shop, right? And so I created a business, Flames of Love, because here I am working as a therapist at the psych hospital, you know, at just multiple places, a therapist for multiple different populations, and seeing, you know, me being able to see people in multiple dimensions, seeing that a lot of their issues began spiritually first. And that when we deal with the root cause of things, you know, when we use different shamanic practices, such as like plant medicine through aromatherapy, or, you know, breathing, and the fact that this world is so chaotic that the people will be okay. So how that manifested is whoever I work with transforms, you know, and so whoever I work with feels fully seen, you know, and so that led me to create my own business, because I realized that working in this modern society, you know, there's a very Western way of viewing psychology. Not to say that it doesn't work. I think it works for certain people, but for people who are in tune with their spirit, and for people who have spiritual gifts, who have dreams, who's had paranormal experiences that they haven't been able to talk to anyone about, they don't have a therapist. So then there's me, right? And so my clients that I attract in Flames of Love, you know, I know that they're soulmate clients and they're divinely selected, because they are people who are going through the experiences that I've went through years ago, and I was forced to master because I was suffering, and now I'm able to help them. And so, you know, it really hurts to see that a lot of my clients, they feel so alone. And I can really relate and understand, you know, it's very easy to connect with people on music and movies and this third dimensional mundane conversation. But when you are a 5D person and a 6, 7D person, 10D person from time to time, you know, it's a part of you that's not getting nourished when you're connecting to others. But I want to let everyone know that, who's watching this video, because if you're watching this video, you're watching it for a reason. Something about this video resonates with you. I want to let you know that there's so many more people like this, like us out here, right? Who have different gifts, right? There's so many people, and I want you to go on a journey of self-discovery to see, like, what is the origin of your soul? The light workers in this world is what they call now, what they call light workers or starseeds. For me, I get it. I'll because I know that I embody these frequencies, I'll claim the terminology to a degree so that the people who need to find me can find me. But I know that I'm a limitless being. But, you know, the fact that we all agreed, whoever you are who's watching this, we all agreed to reincarnate at this time in order to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet to help to save humanity. And I know that a lot of you really struggle with the fact that your family is asleep, and that when they see you, they think that you're like, certain things about you are like bad or evil, because they simply don't understand, because they only can think on the third dimensional consciousness. They're still asleep in what we would call asleep in a way. But I want to let you know that, you know, no matter what anyone thinks about you, that I want you to still go along your journey, and I want you to still meditate and discover who you are. Discover where your soul has come from. I've been fortunate enough to, if I told you the experiences that I have, you would think that I'm literally in a Marvel movie. Like, that is the way that my life is. That is the way that I am. It just is what it is. And I love myself, and I'm still learning, right? You know, one day I'm going to create something for all of the people who are watching this video. You can all come to me and learn, because I'm going through a phase right now where I'm having to travel to other dimensions to speak with ancient gods and goddesses, or my spirit guides and travel to parallel universes to learn different wisdom and knowledge, and bring it back here so that I can download it. And one of my gifts as a very highly intelligent person is being able to download these frequencies and find a way to speak about them in layman terms so that the people who speak English can understand, right? So I'm going to create something for everyone to come and learn a little bit more, especially learn a little bit more about your psychic gifts, because it's very normal to think that you're weird and crazy in a world where people are still watching MTV videos for fun and stuff like that. You know, people who, you know, really, it's okay. I'm not throwing shade, but just saying, like, when you come here for a purpose, a divine soul purpose, your life is a little bit different, right? So I'm going to create a community for everyone to feel safe. I know what it's like to feel alone. I live in Texas and my people live in Philadelphia. So even though I know people here, everyone's not really on my frequency and vibration. And so, you know, it's a journey, right? I just want to let you know, again, like I said, I want you to find your soul's origin. I want you to know that if you have seen a past life that you lived, yes, it's real. Reincarnation is real. Parallel universes is real. Astral traveling is real. Yes, when you go to sleep, you travel to another dimension and then you come back. For people who don't understand psychic gifts, when you go to sleep and you can hear, see, smell, taste, and feel, you're using your psychic gifts because you're physically asleep. So that's your spirit experiencing these senses. And for me, the same experiences, the same senses that you have when you dream, I have them when I'm awake. So I can still see. It's not the same as with my two eyes. Like, I'm not looking and I see a spirit. I look and I see a spirit. In my third eye, I can see into another dimension while I'm still here. And I know for some of you, you might be like, oh, that's crazy. But I want you to do your own research. When it comes to the third eye, I want you to look up clairvoyance. That's what that's called. When you can hear things in your spiritual ears, that's called clairaudience. When you can feel things as an empath, that's called clairsentient. When you can feel things, when you just know things, that's called claircognizance, the clairs, the psychic gifts. So I want you guys to do your research. So instead of invalidating people and thinking that they're crazy, or invalidating yourself and thinking that you're crazy, you can become more educated on the gifts that you have, right? Most of the time, if they're as powerful as mine, you've had them for multiple lifetimes. So I just wanted to make this video for all of the people who feel alone, to let you know that you're not. And to let you know that if you need someone to support you along your spiritual journey, you know, I was divinely crafted to be the person to do that for you. And if you come to me, I know that it's meant to be, because that's always how it works out. So I just want to send some love your way. Yes, I'm in my bed naked with my blanket here. And I don't care, because authenticity. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you for watching. And I hope that the rest of your day is just so pleasant. Don't forget to meditate. Don't forget to drink water. And know that your feelings are valid and that you are deeply loved. Okay? Sending love.